Hello there, I'm Keanu. Yesterday, Marvel's Avengers came out, and after playing it some, I just wanted to give my really quick thoughts on it. I haven't finished the game yet, but I believe I have a good idea of what I think of it. And well, I think it's a pretty solid game. I never played the beta for it, but I watched a stream of it for a little the day before it came out, but not too much. I think my curiosity just got the best of me. But once it came out at midnight, I hopped on and started the campaign, and I think it's a pretty fun game. I think the chemistry between characters is pretty spot on with how they interact in the comics and even in the MCU. Something I want to touch on, which I didn't think I would ever find myself talking about, is the subtitles. I really like what they did with the subtitles, and I'm not talking about when the characters themselves are talking. I mean when characters are portraying emotion or something is happening in the environment, because the subtitles describe it like it's a comic book, and I thought that was pretty unique. The costume designs are pretty good for the most part, and I like that you can trade them out for some iconic looks. I did, however, see a comment somewhere either on YouTube or Twitter mentioning how every character looks the same, and now I can't unsee it. I will mention that I'm kind of iffy on the combat. Sometimes it feels kind of repetitive and clanky, but that could just because I suck at video games. At least they have a skill point system where you can get new moves, but every time you fight wave after wave of enemies, it just kind of feels like a chore. Also, walking around and having to interact with objects can get frustrating because there are lots of times when you want to do something with an object, but the character you're playing as will just forget how to walk and bump into every wall. Maybe that's a sensitivity issue I could fix in my settings, I don't know. Now, while I did say the combat was a little flawed, playing as the Avengers is still pretty fun. It just feels like a chore at times. Now, one character I want to talk about is Miss Marvel herself, Kamala Khan. Kamala is one of my favorite characters in the game. I haven't read up on Marvel comics recently, if I'm honest, but I do remember when she first appeared, she was Marvel's first Muslim character to have her own title. So it's great that she is being introduced to a more mainstream audience. I think her powers make her fun to play as in the game, and I don't know if this was the intention of the studio, but to me, she represents us. She is a fan. She's got tons of merchandise in her room, and she geeks out when she sees certain stuff from the Avengers. Playing as her and seeing how much of a fangirl she is makes me feel like a fan freaking out of the Avengers. People were so quick to judge her and call her cringy, but be honest. If you were at an Avengers VIP event, or if you were fighting alongside the Avengers, you would freak out too. She's just so enthusiastic to help and make her costume, and it just feels relatable as a fan. Anyways, that was my quick thoughts on the game. I haven't played the Avengers Initiative because I want to finish the campaign first, but overall it's a pretty solid game. Thank you for watching, and if you're playing the game, make sure to have fun and let me know what you think. Stay awesome, and always remember to support your local comic book shops.